Hey.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Home to the cradle of basketball. Greatest spectacle in racing. This is All Indiana Sports presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in. Yes, sirs. The Pacers went down early, but battled back and had yet another fourth quarter comeback to take a 2-1 NBA Finals lead. How did it happen, and can they keep it going with 4 games left to try to get 2 wins? We will discuss as we go all in.
That's correct. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports Networks.
Yup. Welcome to another gold episode as we talk about the Indiana Pacers. Here is the moment formula.
Wait, the moment. Explain.
It's a nickname that has been given. I don't know if it's
There's
official.
a few nicknames.
There's a few. I don't know if it's official yet, but it's Tyrese the Moment Halliburton.
All right.
Which fits.
Okay.
So his formula for this playoff run is a Hallie double-double and at least 110 points for the Pacers. They are undefeated in those games and only 4 games won without a Tyrese double-double, and all of those were still 110 plus. So I'm over here saying 110 benchmark, and it's working out pretty good.
I think you were the one that called this.
Yeah.
Long ago, you said he needs a double-double and they need to hit 110.
Yep.
And you're right. Okay. All right. So, funny story. As we were watching the game, we started it late. We had some stuff to do, so we recorded it. We started it late. We're going to fast forward all the commercials. Great. Awesome. Perfect. Skip halftime. We just skip all the nonsense and just, watch the game.
Yep.
It got to the end of the first quarter-ish, around there.
Yep.
They were kind of down, kind of try to make some runs, but it didn't look that great. And we started fast forwarding through a commercial. And then that turned into a weather report because here in Central Texas, there was some weather. And they decided.
It's not anything serious for people outside of Texas, but like for Texas people, it's pretty.
Yeah, serious. I mean, it's in that, tornado kind of season. And so, but they broke away that local ABC station to, do a 10, 15 minutes worth of weather.
Yeah.
So by the time they came back, it was tied up.
And it was like 30-something.
It's like 36 all.
It was skipped a whole bunch, and there's a whole TJ McConnell segment in between there that we just
and
didn't
Matherin.
Understand. Yep. So big stuff.
Speaking of which,
Benedict Matherin, he had 27 points, most off the bench since Jason Terry in 2011. Played for that was a Mavericks team, coached by Rick Carlisle. That miracle run, Jason Terry. So big shoes there to fill.
Yeah.
Jason Terry, very, very good player.
Yeah.
I saw someone, I believe it's in either playoff history or finals history, I'm not sure. Most points scored by a bench, or not a bench player, but a player to play 23 or less minutes.
Yep.
And then he also did that against the Knicks. He also set that another record. So only in his third season.
Lots and lots of those kind of things happening. Speaking of which, TJ McConnell became the only player in finals history to get 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals off the bench.
Yep. Halliburton almost had a triple-double. 22 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. Very, very, very close to triple-double. I think he would have gotten talked about a lot more if he would have had the triple-double.
Well, especially with Oscar Robertson there, Mr. Triple-Double, like long before there was ever Westbrook.
Yeah.
So Pascal Siakam had another just quiet 21.
Mm-hmm.
Just going about his business, putting up 21 points.
Also, I'd like to say, just real quick before we move on, go back to Matherin. He was the leading scorer in the game.
Yeah.
Above SGA, above J-Dub, above Halliburton, Siakam, all the people. He was above them all.
Yep.
Miles Turner, 5 blocks. Didn't do much on the offensive end, hardly at all. 9 points, 2 boards, but he had 5 blocks.
Yeah, I think
3 of those were really big.
But he did have one big 3 at the right moment.
Yep.
Right? And the blocks
Turner's all about
right moment. 2 blocks on Chet. in one possession toward the end of the game.
Yep. Obi Topping having a really big fourth.
Yep. Again.
Yep.
Crazy.
Always.
And then some of the stuff we talked about as a downfall in game 2, 45% three-point percentage, 86% from the free throw line, which has kind of been a struggle for the Pacers in this playoff, win or lose. 13 total steals, 21 points off turnovers, and 11 total blocked shots. What? Okay. Because there are people who are late to the Pacers party, right? A lot of people who are late to the Pacers party. Even when it was 1-1, people thought Pacers got lucky. Thunder is still going to roll.
Mm-hmm. Since we're talking about that 1-1, I was watching, the NBA TV stuff because that's the closest thing you can get to the TNT crew.
Yep.
Because both Shaq and Chuck are on there, and Kenny is on there too.
Yep.
So I was watching some of that stuff, and they were talking. Chuck was talking about how he looked. So he's heavily on the Pacers side.
Yep, has been.
So yeah, he has been this whole playoff run. But like even more now. And he said game 1 was very big. Game 2 was a wash because he knew they were going to come out. And so this game 3 is massive because like he's like game 2 just didn't matter. He said they're winning the important games though.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same belief. How about this statistic? When teams split in the finals, when the teams split the first 2 games, the winner of game 3
wins 85,
just over 80%. Okay. The winner of game 3 wins the series 80% of the time. That doesn't mean it's a done deal. By no means.
Not at all.
But there are so many things that people want to say about the Pacers getting lucky or they playing hurt teams. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. They have beaten the number 1 team record in the East on somebody who got hurt. It's funny how they just get hurt against the Pacers. I don't know. Maybe it's just they can't handle the heat. Mm-hmm. With all that said, yes, there is recency bias. We want to put the newest people up on a pedestal, but simply by the numbers, there are things that are being done in this playoff run by the Pacers that have not been done or been done very, very seldom in the playoffs in general, as we've seen just in this game. But Obi Toppin 5 threes in the fourth quarter, game 1. Nesmith 6 threes in the fourth quarter against the Knicks. It's not just Halliburton, although Halliburton had his 31. He had his 31-point triple-double. Yeah. Which had never been done with those numbers.
0 turnovers.
Or he joined, 0 turnovers, with that. So to say what they're doing is historic is not just hyperbole. It is statistical relevancy. It just so happens that you get to witness it in your life.
Regardless if they win or not, they're still on a historical run.
Right. And you get to witness it. You get to join in and bring basketball back to the NBA.
Yep.
So exciting. With that said, back to game 3. What is your game-changing moment of the game?
There's a lot in this game. There wasn't any massive plays.
Nothing toward the end because it was kind of getting put away, even though they were hanging around. But
there was nothing really big like game 1 with that shot or anything like that.
Nope.
But I'm gonna say it was actually while we were gone from the weather.
Oh, okay.
So in the second quarter, it was a TJ McConnell steal from out of bounds. He swung to Nembhard. Nembhard swung to Siakam at the top of the key. He missed it.
Yep.
TJ got the rebound. Touch pass to Mathurin. Mathurin finished it.
Yep.
So that whole sequence there, I was like, our bench players are here to play. And our bench players did phenomenal and way better than the Thunder bench. So,
yep. I'm going to give an honorable mention here simply because we put our reaction video out. The Obi Toppin putback dunk was absolutely incredible. Got us up out of our seats. Your mom saw it coming long before, so you can go check out that video. It's like 9 seconds, so it's worth a watch over and over again. But I'm also going to give it to a TJ McConnell steal off of an inbound. This is off of the Nimhart, kind of like out of nowhere.
It was just like a
rebound,
warm up type of shot. Like he just kind of got it in rhythm and
long rebound in a midi, drained the shot because nobody was on him.
At the same time, it's such a hard shot to hit because it's so close. You're like, oh, I kind of want to lay it up, but you don't have a running start to hit a floater. But it's not far enough away for like a normal jump shot. It's one of those weird things.
And then, like, McConnell was right there because he had put up the shot that led to the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how the inbounder didn't see him, but almost passed it directly to him, but tried to pass it over him because, you know, he's so short.
Yeah.
But TJ was like, thank you, and put up the steal and the shot. Made it so.
Called a timeout.
And that was like with less than 9 left in the fourth. So that, to me, being down 5, that's a quick 4. And that sort of was the catalyst to me of the rest of kind of taking over the game. Not to mention the pace of the Pacers seems to be catching the Thunder. So who is your player of the game then?
A lot of people are not going to like my answer. It should be Mathurin or McConnell, but it's Halliburton for me.
Okay, all right.
1 rebound shy of a triple-double. So I said personally, he needs to come out with aggression. He needs to lead the team like he should be, and that's exactly what he did. So and he did stuff that allowed McConnell to do what he did, allowed Mathurin to do what he did, allowed Siakam to get that 21. He allowed all this stuff because he was aggressive. He got touches in the paint.
I would totally get it. Mine's Mathurin. I mean, like, to do what he did there in the way that he did in the finals, he's shown flashes. He had this almost the same number of points in a game against the Knicks, I believe. He's shown these things. He's not consistent with it, but when he is on, and you got to give him his flowers. So to me, it's Benedict Mathurin. The Pacers look to be in control of the series, but the Thunder haven't lost back-to-back games since November of 2024, earlier in the season. That was the only time they did that all season long. The Pacers, though, have a tendency to take their foot off the gas at times. It could make for a very interesting Game 4. But action at the Fieldhouse for Game 4 of the finals. Then your mom and I will be back on Saturday or Sunday or sometime as the Fever take on the defending champion, undefeated New York Liberty. Will Clayton Clark return from her quad injury?
Who knows? Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you guys to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.